Next up, we have Drake Maye, the quarterback from UNC. You mentioned this. I want to read what Solik said. I want to throw it to DK, actually.
I like that Heifetz put him second, even though he's probably not going to get drafted second. It just lets you know where Heifetz's mind is at.
He's
well, DK brought him up.
Okay.
So, Solak, you wrote, Maye is inaccurate, but with a pinpoint score of 58%, he's not prohibitively inaccurate.
Yeah.
So,
wait,
I want to
you
put
said
a
Maye
pinpoint
is
in that.
inaccurate, but not prohibitively inaccurate?
Yeah. So, like,
Yes.
is Maye inaccurate or not? What is pinpoint accurate?
Or is he just a
So
little inaccurate?
Yes, like Maye is less accurate by my charting than JJ McCarthy and Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and Bo Nix, right? Like he scored worse in terms of pinpoint percentage, which is like me grading accuracy, not just for like, was this catchable, but like, did it protect your receiver from throwing into a hit unnecessarily? Did it, pull him upfield? Did it allow him to get more yards after the catch? It's like, kind of a hyper specific accuracy. So he charted below those guys, but it's not like a terrible number. Like Michael Penix's number was way worse. There's quarterbacks in previous classes. Like Zach Wilson's number was worse. Malik Willis's number was worse. Like there's guys who have been like talked about as early players who had worse numbers. So there's that. And then also when you start to look at the context of accuracy, because like of course Bo Nix was very accurate. He threw behind line of scrimmage all the time. He threw beyond his first read rarely and into tight windows rarely. Drake Maye is one of the highest tight window throws in this class, one of the highest rates of going beyond his first read in the class. He's one of the highest depths of target in this class. And in those contexts, when he's throwing beyond his first read, when he's throwing downfield, when he's throwing into tight windows, he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in this class. So it's not that Maye was super inaccurate. It's that Maye was playing on hard mode. And so while he looks inaccurate, it's not prohibitive. It's not like, oh no, like this guy can't make NFL throws. So he absolutely can.
So he can make NFL throws, but he's bad at the easy stuff. Like when he tries the hard stuff, he's good at it, but he slips up with easier throws.
Yeah. So like when he's doing a lot of like his like quick game stuff, he'll have accuracy drain because his lower half mechanics aren't that great. Right?
It's too
has,
easy.
Like, footwork
It's just
problems.
too easy for him. He's bored.
Yeah. The other thing that makes grading accuracy really hard is that a lot of it is conditional on wide receiver play, right? Like there are throws of Maye where like Maye misses a receiver by like 5 yards. And you watch it and you go, okay, well, like if that receiver was running a seam, that would have been a perfect throw. But the receiver ran like a bender, like he curled the route, and so he missed. And then you have to watch the body language of Maye, watch the body language of the receiver, try to figure out who was the idiot, right? Like did the receiver get this wrong? Like, is this really an inaccurate pass, or did the receiver just break in a way it's incorrect? Maye's receivers, I thought, were really bad at working in zone coverage. And a lot of times they would run themselves back into coverage and make throws harder for Maye. I think that there's a lot of worlds in which Maye walks into the league and just looks more accurate because his receivers are a lot more quarterback friendly. Even like the good, like if you, Tez Walker is going to be an NFLer, top receiver for UNC. You could say Tez is an NFLer. You cannot say he was QB friendly. He drops everything. He snaps off routes at the wrong depth. He doesn't work back to the football. Like Maye did not like Maye's tight end was like QB friendly. He would like get open and like adjust to the football. Everybody else was Maye's greatest enemy. These guys, they're just short, small, fast guys who don't know their landmarks. And it was very frustrating to watch.
So, DK, do you agree with that? And do you agree that Drake Maye was not accurate, but it's not his fault?
I think I don't remember exactly what I wrote in my article, but yes, I think his accuracy was a little bit scattershot. I think there were times too where you see and it looks like he's been accurate, but he's kind of just, it's almost like a de facto throwaway. Like there was a lot of times where he like would shoot for a, the honey hole between the safety and the corner and like deep. And he would just kind of throw it out of bounds because he knew that it wasn't there. And that kind of can reflect your accuracy as well. So I thought, his footwork was erratic at times and his accuracy was erratic at times. So yes, I agree with that. But that being said, everything that Solak said rung true to me. He's a big play hunter. He's a very aggressive thrower. He was kind of doing the thing that Caleb Williams did a lot, which was try to put the team on his back. And sometimes that led to, bad plays or bad throws, inaccurate throws. At the same time, though, he had like a really low turnover worthy throw rate. It wasn't like he was turning the ball over a lot. It was just the ball wasn't necessarily pinpoint accurate every time.
But the way we're talking about Drake Maye feels like we're talking about a boom bust quarterback who could hit big or miss big. So DK, why are, like you mentioned that you wouldn't want to do a Caleb trade because if you're the Bears for almost any price, obviously there's always a price, but because the other quarterbacks have downsides, like Drake Maye sounds like someone who, if he doesn't hit, could suck. But we're not really talking about him like a risky prospect.
Yeah, I don't really feel that way about Drake Maye. I think I'm just very convicted on Caleb Williams' skill set. Like I think his skill set is so special that I'm just like, I would want to bet on that over anything else. I don't think, I don't know if boom or bust is the right term for Drake Maye. I think that maybe he's more in the category of like, we need to develop him a little bit. You know who he kind of reminds me of, honestly, is Jordan Love. Jordan Love coming out of college was wildly erratic, like especially his last year. And that was one of the big kind of hangups with him. Obviously, Jordan Love got a really rare opportunity to develop. And I would not, I mean, does anyone think he's inaccurate now? Like, I think people, generally speaking, think he's very accurate and precise in that offense that they run.
Yeah. And the love comparison also is helpful because they're aggressive, right? And again, this provides context for the inaccuracy. Like Maye is trying so many downfield throws that he kind of needed to try at UNC because like that's how they were going to win games. They didn't have a great running game. They did not have a good defense. That in the league, part of his growing process, and was absolutely true of Jordan Love. Go watch like the early season Jordan Love versus late season Jordan Love. Is just learning when to take your medicine and get the 2nd and 6, right? It's just like, dude, like we cannot be trying to move the ball down the field in 4 plays like it's Madden on every single drive. And that's going to be something that Maye has to learn. The boom bust construction is like fine for me. I understand that construction. If we clarify that like the boom is worth the bust, right? They're like I think like Jaden Daniels.
Heifetz and Craig just smiling.
Yeah.
Get your minds out of the gutters.
Yeah. I think Jaden Daniels is very boom bust, but I think like there's an argument that like, dude, you introduced this construction. You started this.
Just saying the boom is worth the bust is funny. It's objectively funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm with you. I'm in there. All right, now I have to try to do the rest of this monologue, trying to say bust as many times as many ways that will get Heifetz going. When Drake Maye hits, we're talking like top 10 quarterback. We're talking like a Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert sort of a player. Even in the worlds where Drake Maye misses, he misses by like being too aggressive, attacking too difficult of throws. Like his bust is still going to work in the league.
Yeah.
And so it's just going to be like erratic and high, like, high variance, high ceiling, low floor. It's going to be frustrating, but you can smooth that out over time. Like you really, really can. And so to me, like the risk is very much worth the reward when it comes to Drake Maye.
Tool set, skill set, overall talent. I'm still really wanting to bet on Drake Maye.
Intangibles. Everybody, he's like the best leader. Everybody loves him in a locker room. All the vibes are really good about Drake Maye, just like as a dude.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I still really love Maye. I want to bet on him. I think at the end of the day, like the short way of the TLDR version of everything that we just said is like landing spot is going to make a difference in terms of like how quickly it all comes together for him, I think.